So if we look at these two pictures side by side, on the left is the final picture, on the right is the original picture, and you can see the improvements we made just following those few steps through the raw process, through the fine-tuning of the JPEG image, through the simple retouch, for the sharpen and crop. We go from this, which looks, on the face of it, looks great, but you can see the colour imbalance there. So this one here, which is much more golden, much more like what Liv actually look like in real life. Nice and sharp, nice and beautiful. Yeah, all good to go, ready to print, ready to send to the client, and I'm very happy with that. So if you follow those processes, you won't go far wrong. You might decide over the years to add a few little quirks into that, that's fine. But what's important is that your workflow and your style is repeatable time after time after time from client to client, and that's what you're aiming for. So what we're going to do with this file now, this one we're not going to send to print yet. We're going to make this usable online so it can go on a website and load quickly. How can we check that? If we go to image at the top here and go to image size, it'll tell us how big it is. Image size 20.6 meg. Today's internet will load that pretty quickly, but still it's a little bit large for web use, for using on your website or social media. So how do we make it usable so it loads quickly so our clients and our followers don't get fed up of waiting for it? It's pretty simple. So the percentage we're going to go into, instead of, quite simple, instead of percentage, we're going to go into pixels. You can see the pixel size. Some computers now have 4K resolution, very few do. Most people are still using the phones at 1080p, so I've found that a width of around 1,500 pixels is plenty for people to view on their devices, and it also means it will load quicker. So we've changed it, look, from 20 meg down to 8.5 meg. Click OK, and then we view it full screen. View full screen or actual pixels like that. You can see full screen it. That's still beautiful to view on a device, on your phone, on your laptop, on your tablet. It'll load quicker, and when we save it, we can actually reduce the file size a little bit more. Don't mean the dimensions, I mean the megabytes. Save as copy. Call this one web for the internet web use. Click save. On this section here, if we just drop the maximum down to 9, okay, click on preview, you'll see we've gone down to 700 kilobytes from, what was it before? It's gone down to 703 kilobytes from 8 megabytes. So when you load this on the internet, it will load instantly without losing any size, shape, quality or anything. So that's how we prepare our files for using online, or what you might call smart device use. Quick image resize, 1500 or so pixels on the wide edge. Click save as, drop the quality down to 9, good to go. Simple as that. The printing of digital files, some people find this quite a kind of magical, mystical thing and often get it wrong. I quite often see pictures that are printed poorly, either on poor paper or poor colour matching. And a lot of it is just really down to not quite understanding how digital files should match up with paper files. So a simple rule of thumb is a quick check. Are you printing the picture onto paper at the correct size? For example, this image is at 8x10. If I print this on A4, part of this picture will be missing because A4 is a slightly different dimension and aspect ratio to 10x8. So I need to make sure when I send to the picture, when I send to the printer that I've got the request at 10x8. Because if I ask for an A4, it will miss some of the picture. Some of it will be missing. So that's the first thing. Is the picture size for the thing you're asking for from the printer or your own printer? If you're printing A4, make sure your pictures are cropped to A4 before you send them to the picture. Otherwise, you'll lose some information off it. The second thing is, what's the paper you're printing on? What is the grade of paper? What make is it? Is it lustre? Is it matte? What is its colour temperature? And that sounds daft, but it's very, very vital. Because if you send a picture that's particularly sRGB, which is like made for the internet, you'll end up with a mismatch of colour. So a simple thing to do is make sure you've got the colour profile embedded that you want for your picture. Let's say, for example, you're sending it to a colour lab. I use DS Colour Labs in Manchester quite a bit. So I'll make sure if I want a lustre print that I'll have that profile embedded into this picture before I send it. And it's pretty simple. Go to edit, convert to profile, choose the profile you want from your list, which some come pre-packed in Photoshop, some you'll have installed yourself. For this one, I'm going to choose DSCO Labs from Lustre because that's what I want. I click OK, file and save as, and I now know that that print 10 by 8 is ready to go to DSCO Labs to be printed lovely because I've given them all the information in that picture they need. If I don't do that, my print will come back the wrong size, the wrong shape, the wrong colour. If I print it myself in my own printer, I have to look at the paper, not the printer. Look at the paper that I'm using to print on and make sure the colour profile matches that. Otherwise, it will come out miscoloured. And if I haven't resized it for the paper I'm using, there'll be a part of the picture missing. Okay? So it's simple as that. Crop for the paper size you're using, colour profile for the paper type you're using. Save as. Job's done. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you hit the bell, you'll be notified of every time I bring another tutorial or podcast. Cheers.